We're going to be talking about the where the legend of Santa's flying reindeer came from.
Okay, let's. Well, why reindeer?
Well, you know me, I'm a budding amateur mycologist, and I grow edible mushrooms as a hobby. Hopefully one day I'll be taking my mushrooms to the farmer's market, selling them, bringing these delicious edibles to people to enjoy. So I research into some of these areas, and Santa's reindeers are because of mushrooms.
What?
Mushrooms, dude. A species commonly known as the fly agaric, taxonomically called Amanita muscara. It grows in the colder regions of North America. If you've ever played Super
North.
Mario Brothers, and I know you have, the standard red cap mushroom with white dots on it.
That makes you bigger?
Yeah, fly agaric.
That's what it is?
That's it.
And that's what they're feeding the reindeer?
They're feeding the reindeer this. Here's what's really fucking weird, man. They're taking these reindeer, pinning them up, feeding them these fly agarics, then collecting their piss
What? Why?
and drinking it.
Why? Why?
Because it's got hallucinogenic properties.
The piss does?
The mushroom does. But here's the really, really fucked up thing about this is it's an Amanita family mushroom. Like 70%, somewhere between 50 and 70, I'm not sure of the exact number, of these mushrooms in this family are poisonous. Now, you can eat the fly agaric by itself. If you eat one mushroom, you'll be fine and you'll be tripping. You eat much more than that, you're going to be wishing you were dead, and then you will die. But they were feeding these to these reindeer because they had a higher tolerance for these toxins. And the reindeer were filtering the toxins out. But when they pissed, all the hallucinogenic properties were in the urine.
And what do they do with the urine? Just drink it?
They drank it. And when they drank it, they reported seeing the reindeer float up above them.
Wow. I can't imagine sitting there under a reindeer dawn. Just
Come on, man. I need some drink. I'm thirsty.
I had a horrible day. I really want to fly tonight. Come on. Come on, Donner. Come on, Donner.
So when
Fill the jar.
So when missionaries would come into these regions of the colder regions of North America, they started hearing tales of these flying reindeer, and they added that to their stories of Christmas because it's up in the cold where Saint Nicholas was at.
Right.
He's got that iconic red and white suit, just like the red and white fly agaric cap.
Look for mushrooms colored like me.
So we have Santa's flying reindeer. We think mushrooms and reindeer piss. There's nothing like sitting down to a nice glass of reindeer urine for Christmas Eve.
I wonder if they like filtered it through like a polar bear instead. Like if they had a captured polar bear, they fed the polar bear the mushrooms and collected the polar bear's piss. I don't even want to imagine the logistics of doing this.
Right.
But and say you collected the polar bear's piss, would you see flying polar bears?
Maybe.
Do you think that the mushrooms were filtered through the deer and bring a little bit of the deer with them into the piss?
It could be. The spirit of the reindeer.
The circle of life.
Dude, I don't want to get close to a reindeer fucking wanker, much less a polar bear's
polar bear?
gigantic fucking sausage in my face. Come on, man. I'm thirsty. I need my jar filled.
And you're saying that like while staring at a dick, basically.
Yeah.
The reindeer polar bear. That sounds. I want to get my high on. Piss already.
Talk about pulling the tap. But yes, hippies getting high have influenced more than you know. Before we were called hippies, we were people feeding mushrooms to the poor reindeer.
But here's what I mean. If we do start seeing like mushroom, like if you could filter the mushrooms through different species, and then you see that species flying, I think that could kind of be a scientific breakthrough because people will be like, we need to filter this through platypus piss right away. Flying platypi.
Could you? They already waddle weird enough. Can you imagine them flying with that little weird trot waddle thing they do?
Or kangaroos. Kangaroo piss. I guess
that's another one you'd have to be very careful collecting.
Yeah. Very good point. Very good point.
Or ostrich piss.
Oh, God. Flying ostriches. Then the only way they could.
Yeah.
Be the only way they could.
It's the only way they could.